I was driving home. I had just moved to St. Simon's Island. This was in 2015. I had started a really awesome job there, teaching at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, and I was going to visit my parents for the first time after moving there. After work, I went in my car. Like any normal day, I was so excited to see my parents and to go home for a long weekend. So I looked down at my phone to change the playlist that I was listening to, and in the time that I looked down at my phone, a truck carrying telephone pole-sized logs in front of me had come to a complete stop. So I ran into it. One of the logs hit this, that came through my windshield and hit this side of my face, breaking basically every bone on this side of my face, tearing my nose off of my face. And then I went from that into a ditch where I hit a tree head first. So I was conscious through everything up until my first surgery that night. I kept on saying, I don't want to die yet. I don't want to die yet. A man behind me, Mr. Allen, who I have actually met after everything happened, he lived off of the road right before my accident, so he was on his way home. He stopped and came to my side, and I just remember looking at him saying, please do not let me die. Please do not let me die. I remember the ambulance ride to the hospital in Brunswick, Georgia. I remember them asking me who the president was, what my name was, what my birthday was. My sister was actually visiting St. Simon's, so she was able to come to that hospital. They could not treat everything that needed to be done there, so I was life flighted to Memorial Hospital in Savannah. I remember the helicopter ride there and throwing blood up the entire helicopter ride, which was like the worst, I don't know how many minutes of my life. I remember getting to that hospital and hearing my mom's voice before my surgery. And after that, I had a facial reconstructive surgery done that night. A few days later, they had to give that surgery everything on my face time to kind of see what it was going to do, I guess. I'm not sure the process. And a few days later, I had to have a second facial reconstructive surgery from the second that someone got to my accident. And I was in that ambulance to the first hospital I went to that day, the helicopter ride to Memorial. I'm so thankful that there was such a great trauma system close enough to my accident, because if I would not have been helicoptered to Memorial to that trauma center, I wouldn't be here today. Around a week after being out of the hospital, I had to go have my right eye removed in Savannah. So that was one of the most painful parts of everything. I remember one day I was getting ready for work in the morning and my eye fell out. I was like, wow, I didn't know this would happen. I actually started crying, but I found it, on the floor and I had to pop it back in. So it's something you wouldn't really think about. I have realized that every day is a gift. And if you cannot wake up and just say, okay, it's time to do this day and put a smile on your face and get through it, then you're not gonna make it. I mean, you have to wake up every day and choose, this is a new day that has been given to me and I'm going to make the most out of this day. And I have been through something that is very traumatic, but I have been so blessed to be given another day. And you just have to look at it like that. To anyone that has survived any kind of trauma, it's so easy to want to give up. I remember having to seriously pull myself out of bed many days after my accident. And even to this day, sometimes it hurts and we've gone through a lot, but never ever give up because you are going to make it through this.